Now, chapter 10 is a big chapter, and it is a big chapter because for the first time, Victor meets his offspring. Now, it has been 2 years since that fateful night when he brought the creature to life and then abandoned it. And yeah, he thought about it from time to time, but until he found out about the death of William, he really hadn't given it a whole lot of thought, which you think he would have. Victor has been a very bad parent. And because of this, he has lived, this life of torment, at least since William and Justine's death. But again, he keeps seeking peace in nature. And he says in chapter 10, they congregated around me, the unstained snowy mountaintop, the glittering pinnacle, the pine woods and ragged bare ravine, the eagles soaring amidst the cloud. They all gathered round me and bade me be at peace. So he is finding that peace that he wants in nature, but it's very fleeting and it will never last for very long because Victor has violated that nature. And even the next morning he says, where had they fled when the next morning I awoke? All of the soul and spiriting fled with sleep, and dark melancholy clouded every thought. He decides to go for a walk up in the mountains, and these are the Alps. These have a lot of snow and even glaciers on them. And as he gets further away from the habitations of humans, he says, the sight of the awful and majestic in nature had indeed always the effect of solemnizing my mind and causing me to forget the passing cares of life. Now, if you remember back to when Victor was creating the monster, putting the creature together in his workshop of filthy creation, he was separated from nature at that point too. As the seasons passed, he could see it outside of his window, but his act of creation separated and kept him from that. And so now 2 years have passed. He is again seeking, the solace in nature and to find that which he had lost, but he's not going to be able to find it for very long. Now, he also says, as he's out a-wandering, alas, why does man boast of sensibilities superior to those apparent in the brute? It only renders them more necessary beings. If our impulses were confined to hunger, thirst, and desire, we might be nearly free. And so what he is talking about, again, is that thirst for knowledge and how dangerous it is. He is saying that if we were like animals, that if all we worried about was where our next meal is coming from and where we're going to get something to drink, and we just slept and mated, we would be a lot happier. That it is knowledge that causes us to be unhappy. And this is echoed in Christian and Judaic mythology, because it is when Eve eats from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil that she and Adam, or when Adam eats as well, becomes so unhappy. It's also going to be the downfall of the creature, the acquisition of knowledge. And so at this point, Victor is, it's coming and going, the peace and then the melancholy and et cetera, et cetera. But then he beseeches the wandering spirits to either allow him the happiness or to take him away from the joys of life, or to kill him, let him die and become a wandering spirit himself. Now, he's not going to find any happiness. That is beyond the realm of expectations for Victor. As we already know, he's predestined, he's preordained. And he, throughout the book, he keeps saying that he, would like to die. Well, he doesn't take his life, so he must not want it that much. And I'm going to stop here because we're coming up on a really big scene that I'm going to keep for the next video.